What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about 2K's announcement basically saying that, they're going to be hosting weekly tournaments in NBA 2K25 MyTeam. So basically, what is this? What does this mean? Well, I'm going to talk a little bit about this because I feel like for the MyTeam community specifically, it is definitely something that that needs to be talked about in a big time way. Now, as we do dive into this thing, if you're new to the channel, please smash that subscribe button. I really do appreciate all of the support on the channel. Now, here's what's in my mind. Okay, starting this week, we have a tournament, and I don't know if it's going to be weekly $800 tournaments or not. But this week, right now, we have a tournament for MyTeam and Play Now. Right? And yes, it does say $15 entry fees. I think there's going to be some free tournaments as well. But basically, Play Now, there's an $800 tournament on Thursday. MyTeam, there's an $800 tournament on Friday. And so that's $1,600 of tournaments that 2K is running in the first week of basically this announcement. Now, again, people are wondering how to find these tournaments. There is a tweet about it, or I think there's a QR code in the game. But if you just, I'm trying to see if you just search like Play OS in the App Store on your phone, that is going to be the best way to find it. But I mean, they're having weekly tournaments basically that they announced. Now, I am hoping that I am hoping for myself that these are weekly tournaments and that it is $800 or more. Again, I don't know how it's going to work, but I mean, this could be massive because I feel like right now there's really no reason to play the game, right? And people can disagree with me on that or not, but here's my math, right? In the past, and I still think there's way more room for growth. But in the past, right, 2K did one $250,000 attorney a year. Now, again, obviously that's great and all. But if they could come out with weekly tournaments and then do something like every couple of months where it's let's say a couple thousand or upwards of that dollar tournament, I think we could get the community back excited. And I honestly think, especially on the MyTeam side of things, if 2K plays their cards right, this could be a big thing for like somebody like myself. If they have a lot of these tournaments, people are going to have to spend a lot of money to continue to have those best teams to play and win these type of tournaments, right? It's one of those things. It's all, if it's what I've said all along. I'm not going to spend money on the game until there's a reason for me to spend money on the game. And now on the MyTeam thing side of things, there is. Now, I also will say, it's interesting right now because if you look at Play Now, if you go to the rules in Play Now, it's on Hall of Fame, okay? Now, if you go to the MyTeam, at least from what I had seen, MyTeam is on online versus. Now, do I like that? Well, I mean, at least I thought in the past it said it was on online versus. Do I like that? I personally don't mind it. A lot of people don't like it, but I do know a lot of people who haven't necessarily been the biggest fan of that in the past. But for me, I don't mind online versus. Yes, some crazy shots going, but I think personally that's what kind of makes the game fun. That's just me speaking, kind of my thoughts on it. But I like this for the community, and I think if we do get weekly tournaments, it's something that was missing in the community. And I'm not saying that everybody cares about this because that's not the truth, but there are a lot of people that do care about the competitive scene, and when that was missing, there was just not necessarily a reason for a lot of people to be playing the game. Now, again, there are entry fees with these first two tournaments, so just kind of keep that in the back of your mind. They're not all going to be free, but I do bet there are some free tournaments for a lower amount of money as well. So I think this is something that again has been missing all year long. There's been a couple of Play Now tournaments, big ones that 2K has ran, but as far as and when I say big, like for $1,000 or a couple $1,000, but other than that, there just hasn't been a whole ton for the community to the competitive community to get excited about. And I think if you compare it to some of the other games, that's been something that's bugged me. All these other games have these tournaments, and then when it came down to 2K, there just really wasn't a whole ton as far as these tournaments to be excited for. There just wasn't. And again, I'm not hating. I'm just telling you guys kind of the way I'm thinking about it. There just was not a whole ton to be excited about. Whereas now, I feel like, you know, if they can continue this, you know, continue moving this in the right direction, I think there is going to be a lot to be excited about. So that's my hope. Obviously, you know, I hope that 2K continues to give us better and better, you know, tournaments, better and better, you know, things to be excited about. Am I super optimistic about this? I don't know, right? And obviously the first week we have 2 $800 tournaments. That's fantastic. I'm gonna miss the first MyTeam one because I'm gonna be away, but that's fantastic for the community. And if they can continue building on this, I think that this is something that the community is going to get behind, right? I think, you know, the comp community was really there in 2K20, right? There was a reason for the competitive community to play the game. There was consistent tournaments, and all those types of things. And now it's just like, it's went kind of, I shouldn't say it's went the wrong way, because people want to be competitive in Showdown. They want to have the best teams to compete, but it hasn't been in a tournament type setting. And that for myself is what's really been missing, and that is now gonna start being there, are these competitive type things. So I really hope 2K does make the most of this. I hope that they continue to give us more and more content. And I'm hoping that we can have some massive tournaments throughout this year. Because even if you go back to last year, we did see the Play Now tournament for, you know, basically $1 million prize pool. That was crazy. And these are the things that I think has been missing in a massive way, that we are kind of, or that we do need to see on a more consistent basis. So I just thought I'd make a video for all you guys out there who want to play in these tournaments, guys. Download the PlayOS app. Obviously, Players Lounge, I still have my weekly tournaments for, you know, a smaller prize pool, but these things I think have a lot of potential, especially like, and this is my whole thing with tournaments on this game. If 2K wants a big MyTeam tournament that's gonna bring them money, they've got to be the one to sponsor it. Like, you know, like, they're the ones making the money. You know what I'm saying? They've got to be the ones to sponsor. So I'm hoping that this can be something like that, and that we can get the community really going. So hopefully more and more tournaments are coming. I obviously am a competitive player, but for you guys out there that are wanting, you know, to get in that competitive scene, here you guys go. A great opportunity for you guys to play the game, and obviously play against the best players. A lot of people out there are like, I want to play, you know, I want to play against the top players. Well, here's a great opportunity to do that. Again, I have my weekly, if you have PL Plus, free tourneys that you guys can play in, and I'm hoping here we will have some more free tourneys as well. But this is something that I do think needed to be talked about today, because again, for the community, it is something that should be exciting. So shout out to 2K, I guess, for, you know, giving us some tourneys. It's been a long time coming. Basically this entire year we haven't seen any tourneys whatsoever. So I'm hoping not only these weekly tourneys, but hopefully we see some big time tourneys heading into the end of the year as well. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. Have a blessed day.